Hello, guys. Good evening. Today is September 6th, another episode of Trade Recaps, Market Review, and Daily Teachings. Before I go into the daily teachings and the daily recaps, yesterday we reviewed that how the market was looking heavy and broke that 450 key level, and how the VIX was at support and how it could bounce and we can fade, and that's what exactly happened. Right, today was big trades on SPY QQQ all day. um, we were scalping short SPY QQ, and we held it. Like you see, my guidance was to hold it because the trend was breaking down, the pre-market support was breaking down. My EMA cloud system that you see here on 10-minute 3450 was saying it's a bearish trend. Then my 512 EMA clouds never reclaimed bullishness, so it was a all day short. So yeah, you see here, right? We were trading SPY and QQQ short all day. You see the flag breakdowns, the price alerts, the another flag breakdown, bear flag breakdown, and same for QQQ. So I was holding till end of the day, and we were covering the short just by a defined system. I gave the levels on VIX this morning that 14 and 1450 were key. So that VIX, once 1450 was gone, there was a big fade on the market. Simple VIX and SPY strategy, guys. If you don't know this strategy, go to my website, go to the trade recap, SPY VIX strategy. You will see it all there, right? How I trade it. It's from last few years. And just wanted to point out before I go further, you know, yesterday was a sideways day, so I didn't touch it, but today was a trend day under the big level of 450 or 4500 on SPX. And then it was a trend day, and we were short all day and shorting everything. Not only this, I will show you how our levels on Apple worked, that I gave in the morning. I can just show you right now. So if you see, maybe I can bring out my recap. Let me see if I can bring that out. Okay. So look at this, right? So I pulled the pivots I gave in the morning. These were the pivots. 180. How did I find these pivots? From the day before yesterday. Yesterday's pre-market low. Today's pre-market low. Just the same concepts that we do use again. Yesterday's low highs, pre-market low highs, after our low highs. And then you follow the trend. Once the support breaks, it's going to be a bearish fade. Once a level breaks, once a support breaks, it's going to go further down, and you just follow the trend. And the VIX at the same time gave you nice idea to trade short market or Apple or Microsoft, whatever you were trading. I did note in the morning that Apple was weaker, right? Microsoft was stronger. And look at this moment, these levels broke that I give every morning in my community. It was a big fade all day. This was a $5 fade on the shares, and the options went 300%. So you could have traded anything you want, just following a repeatable setup. Yes, if it held this level, if it held this bounce, reclaimed bullishness, no, then we would have not shorted it. Then another thing you have to watch is the 10 a.m. concept. Makes lower lows, lower highs into the 10 a.m. after the 10 a.m. So same concept that I repeat every day. So you focus on them, right? You sit on hands when there's not a trend day, but then you short it when it's a trend day, or you long it based upon what your system is telling you, not your gut feeling. We were not buying dips on Apple today. No, because we know what the trend is. We stay with the high probability repeatable setups. So anyways, I already covered few of these. We really killed the market today. On the down day, on the SPY QQQ, you saw the Apple And we had a decent watch list this morning, guys. As always, I had a pre-market movers. I reviewed everything. Roku over swing, big swing winner for us. We'll talk about it in a minute. And then Square had a downgrade, and bunch of other names. I reviewed more news, mostly Roku. Zscaler was the earning play, and then Square, and we did GTLB. Then there was AVAV, First Solar, ASAN, CVNA. So I make the what I call it as news plays, then the market plays, then the penny plays. Most of the pennies plays from our watch list in the morning worked out as well. So this is all the work I do, guys, every morning for my community, so that we are ready for our trades this morning. Like I say, we are not an alert focused community, and my focus is on the education, sharing the ideas, the watch lists, and then we go from there. So this is the morning routine you need to build on, right? You need to work on it yourself. And these were all the levels. I already showed you how the Apple level worked. If SPY QQ levels worked as well, you can take the screenshot and then go review how these levels worked. Tesla, which was a big short win for us. I was on the voice. Before the. So Tesla, I was on this market prep call. We already talked about this few days range, right? So this range, up from this range, down from this range, and up from this range yesterday, down from this range. So exceptional range that Tesla has been showing us. And I said, if we break these levels, look at these levels on Tesla, 254, 250, right? 254, and then 250 was our target on the short. Then, upper resistance levels on Tesla were 255.80 right here, 255.80. And then we had 258, which was, of course, we never went there. But anyways, the point was we shorted the Tesla all day. And as I will show you, and the levels worked. And all other levels worked too. So good day when levels worked, you follow the trend. These levels provide you risk levels or the execution levels, and you work with them. So market was neutral to bearish to start the day. Zscaler was bearish to neutral. It kind of worked on the short. We covered some in the morning short, and then it swiped back. And then I covered my short, and then it was a long scalp, and then it was choppy all day. I mean, I know the traders, some of traders made work on the short side and the long side. I mean, look at the range, 153.50 to 165.25. There was a $10 range that you could have traded. I myself could have locked more short, but I gave back the gains, but I did scalp some long into 10 a.m. and then exited, and then I didn't touch it afterwards. And so GTLB was bullish to neutral bias. We did not take any trade. Roku was the swing. My plan was to take profit on swing, but also trade the breakout. So lost some money on this breakout. So Roku was our swing, and what we were trying to do on Roku was, if it broke out of this level, and we were trying to trade it for the pre-market breakout. So I had added some more option calls on the Roku to trade the breakout, but right then the market started fading. And as the market starts to fade, I knew, and that was my guidance on the voice, that we cautious if this breakout fails, as I will show you. And then it faded, and then what we did was took the swing profits. Then there was a nice gap fill short in the community today. So we'll talk about that. Square was a bearish bias, but we did not take any entry because it right away it pulled over EMA Clouds, and right away it went bullish, and then even filled the gap, and even then it squeezed further. So no trades for me or entry in Square today. AVAV was our bullish bias. We traded this long. We'll talk about it in a bit here. ASAN was a bearish bias. Idea worked, but I did not personally trade it. But if you see, it broke the EMA Clouds under the pre-market lows. Nice fade there, right? So Tesla was our main focus, guys. I already showed you what we did in Tesla all day. So if you see, let me show you. So Tesla was all day fade from those levels. Short Tesla under EMA Clouds, cover into 250. I was on the voice guiding everybody on the Tesla short, talking about our next targets, lower lows, and the dip wires were getting destroyed, right? We don't buy dips. That's what I teach. My students, nobody buys a dip when it's a heavy selling. We stay with the trend. So I make sure nobody loses money buying dips. Low probability setups, B minus C setups, we don't do it. And when there's some news came out on the market, this market started. I covered my Tesla, but then some news came out, and then I re-hit the short, and then I covered into 245s there. So you see all guidance there. Tesla worked flawlessly. So there was a Poly, which was our penny stock on the watch list. Broke out of pre-market highs. Really went like a 50%, 60% move there. Okay, and we track option flows. We track the unusual flows. Jay is our SPX expert. He was tracking it, and that's how we knew that market is going to fade, because the options flow was very bearish. And my guidance on ZS to scalp short right at open. It faded. If we'll want to look at the open, it pulled down to from the open. It pulled down from 158 to 154. Nice 4-point scalp there. Then it came back. Then we closed. Then I talked about the long. We'll watch that. As you see, ROKU, I was trying to break out over 95. That was a breakout loss there. AWAV, I went long right at open. AWAV was there was a news on AWAV, because I reviewed the news, and then I saw the volume. You see this volume candle. Excuse me. So you see this volume candle, and then right away that volume candle was pushed higher, and that's why I took it long. It held the EMAs on smaller time frame as well. AWAV into 10 a.m. gave us 124. Nice 5.4 point trade on the shares, and then finally exited when it gave up this 120 level. And we did trade CVNA long as well versus 50. These were the morning trade into 10 a.m. We got like $1.50 on CVNA, as you see there. Then Tesla already talked about. ROKU was a losing breakout trade, but then I'll show you what we did rest of day on ROKU. Let me find it and I can show you. Okay. So if you see here, ROKU, right? I said cautious if it breaks under 90 or EMA 3450, and it can fade more. And my traders were asking me my guidance on ROKU. I said if it pushes back right here, it was in the afternoon, then you short it and it can pull down further. So nice short from 89.90 area to 86, and I think it did hit lower as well. So yeah, everything is a setup, right? So ROKU was a gap up. We were trying to do a gap up long, did not work. Then we did the gap up short. What was the setup? Setup was the gap fill. What is a gap? Gap is the price difference between yesterday's close and today's open, right here, right? So this was the gap. So if you don't know what the gap is, so once it breaks this EMA cloud and this pre-market level, then it's just a short for a gap fill. Complete round trip. Lost money on that, but scalped this gap fill short. So that was really good today. And Tesla was the big trade. As you see, all day guidance on Tesla. Where AVAV was working. CVNA trade worked. CVNA was like a B plus setup. There was no news, just a technical setup that I liked on daily. If I want to show you here, so why I was liking, I like this setup. This flag on CVNA didn't really work out big, but we always take profit on 10 a.m. Other thing, we always remember to keep eye what the market is doing. And that's what I guide on the voice. I'm on the voice 2 hours in the morning. This is what I'm talking about. If the market is weak, it's going down, your longs will fail. Your longs will fail. So you have to be cautious on your longs, you know, because if market was strong, so here's the thing. If your bias is bullish, the market is bullish, the macro is bullish, yes, high probability longs. But if your bias is long, but market is weak and it's tanking heavy, everything in the indices is going down, then your long will be low probability, it can give up, right? So that's why I was giving the warnings on the square or CVNA, but we had decent trades into 10 a.m. Most of us were done into 10 a.m. ZS, I turned bullish, and then my target was 166. Well, it hit 165, but it was good enough to scalp, and it was $10 move from down to up. So Tesla 250 puts went 100%. GTLB was a long bias, but me personally never gave an entry to me. I was long biased, never gave me an entry, and I never touched the gap fill either, because rules are simple, right? So it's all about rules. You know the rules. Same thing. Compare it with the ROKU. Break the pre-market lows under the EMA Clouds, short, fill the gap. Simple rules, guys. No, just a simple setup. Simple setup. Nothing magical about it. So just master these setups, and you'll be fine. And don't be afraid to change your bias. If you are long is not working, change bias to bullish. If you stayed long all day without any system, like amateur trader, then you would have lost huge on GTLB. Just an example. You'd have lost huge in ROKU. But my community or my teachings, even on Twitter, I make sure anybody who listens to me, they don't lose going against a system, or they don't trade blindly. You just have to find, and here's the thing, you don't have to find the full entry. Just have, if you are trading 1,000 shares, just do 300 shares first. Try to see if the trend is working. Just do 200 shares and always scale in. Go back, see other recaps, how we nail the trend up days. Baba was nice idea by Vinay in the morning into 10 a.m. That's why you take profit into 10 a.m. So many examples of a 10 a.m. fails. Market made a new low into 10 a.m. It tried to bounce, but it failed at 10 a.m. So that's important, right? So AWAV was big. You see SPY was heavy. PMI news was out at 10 a.m. and that's it. The 10 a.m. concept worked again and again. Always follow these simple concepts that I always share. Let me see if I can show you guys here. So let's go. This is our room. Where our rules? Yeah, right here. These are our rules. You can see pre-market lows highs, previous day lows highs, trend 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. trend confirmation, EMAs, relative volume, option flow. So you see, we don't deviate from our rules. We have a fixed set of rules that we trade with, right? So we follow those rules. Okay, let's see what else we did. So that was nice. So we have, that's why we have this, we are on top of all the news. Our news bots are alerting. We know the moment we got that news about what was it, SPY was PMI, we got heavy short buys. Look at this, short buys on the market, price alerts going in, Tesla lower, scalp SPY QQQ short, rehit the Tesla on SPY news, right? Just lows, and as you see, AWAV, I was just tiny left after 10 a.m. and I re-hit the Tesla short again, and then it faded more. You have to hold your winners, hold your SPY QQQ puts, and guess what? It gave you lower and lower. So those were our trades. ASAN idea worked, did not trade it. Apple, all the levels that I gave worked flawlessly. So hold your puts. VIX has room to 15. Here's how my VIX strategy worked. The moment VIX broke 1450, boom. That's when you hold and let it go to 15, and then we hold our shorts and cover more. And this is where we were shorting Roku in the gap fill in the middle day. So there was a good trade mid of the day. Roku fade. Full gap fill from 3450. Simple rule: bullish over 3450, bearish under it. And Jay was showing us all the SPX trend, which helped us with the market. Disney was a nice short by Vinay. And there's so many ideas on the trading floor, right? Every day, I mean, there's like, Lucy was on this trade, AYX today. All our traders, they are like, so so there was this. Let's see, Lucy was on it, and they're just traders like you and me, just part of the community, sharing ideas, right? So AYX was entering the daily gap, and we got the news. Our news bot gave us the news on AYX, exploring sale. We traded almost $1.50 on it, right? Hit my target was 336, right? And Lucy was on it before. Why was it? Because if the gap trade, you see, there's no blindness. If I see something, I want to see the daily, I want to see the 1 hour. I don't just blindly look at 1 minute chart. I want to see my levels. I knew it's in the gap, so it can probably push more on the news. We caught the news, halted. Even after halt, it went almost $2, right? So good, nice scalp in the room. That's the power of the community, sharing ideas, news ideas. And yes, if you're in my community, you don't pay for anything. All the news is there, all the scanners are there, you get everything, and we trade all of those. And I do want to emphasize today, I talked about if you are closing a trade loser, because there was someone today who said he closed the SPY puts and then it went without me, because you either didn't have a system, or you did not respect your system, or you need to fine tune your system. There was no need to close the SPY puts as long as it was under this resistance level. Wherever you added, find your risk level. If you added further from risk, that's your problem. You are not using your system nicely. So work on your system. Without a system, there is no trading. For your success, consistency, you need to have a system. So yes, guys, so that was this nice winners, loser on Roku breakout trade, Roku swing winner, Roku gap fill trade, Tesla short, ZS up and down scalp, AV long, all the short ideas on Apple, yeah, Nvidia. So Nvidia was night short as well today. We can quickly look at our levels that I shared in the morning. Let's see. Here you go. What was this resistance pivot? 488, 488.90. We never hit that. That's fine. What was the support pivot? 483. 483 gave up. Boom, boom, boom. Right? 478 gave up. Boom, boom, boom. Hold your puts, hold your shorts. No need to go long. A plus short setup. Level works like I can give you levels, but you need to work on that, and that's it. Boom. Perfect. So that was about that. So some of the trades did not show up. We did not trade. Nice midday trades. Overall a green day. Very happy with the execution. The reason you see is because we come prepared. We come with our watch list. We come with our levels. I don't care if I don't get full position. Even if I have 100 shares, that's fine, right? So yes, guys. Quickly talk about the market. I mean, the market bounced from 50 EMA. So that's certain a bounce on SPY. So tomorrow we will draw our levels in the morning and see if VIX fades under 14 tomorrow, then we will be long bias, right? So we'll watch this VIX level. We'll watch the SPY levels. Tomorrow we'll make some levels in the morning because it bounced from 50 EMA. US dollar is still strong, so as long as US dollar does not go over 105, market might be okay. And yields did not do much today. 10 years yield, they're strong. Yeah, if they break out, then we stay short. So we focus on 10 years yields, we focus on VIX, we focus on US dollar, and we keep eyes on SPY and QQQ. It's been bouncing at this level to 12 EMAs for Nasdaq. So we'll be ready. Whatever happens, we'll be ready. If you're struggling, come join. Visit my community. We'll trade together. I'll help you out, and we'll make sure everybody learns, educates ourselves, and find a path to consistency. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your support. Please like and share my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.